All right, well, 1 second, sorry. Just
No, it's all good.
all right. Let's
Let's get
give it
started.
a whirl. All right.
It's Wednesday. What is it? October 21st. So welcome to another live trading session, everybody. Nick's gonna get started. Gonna get everybody muted in
Yeah,
here.
it's
Just
just
give us 1 second.
not everybody's muted.
Yeah, I'm about to mute everyone. All right, cool. So we're just gonna go through all the pairs that we're looking at for today, guys. This is gonna be uploaded to YouTube afterwards. At the end, we have a little deal that we're gonna announce. So yeah, stick around for the end of the session, and hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. So we're gonna start off like we usually do, analyzing DXY, which is just the U.S. dollar, strength essentially. This just shows what the dollar is doing, the fluctuations in it. We don't necessarily trade this, but we more or less use this as an indication as to where most of the market could be going, because the US dollar makes up for 80% of all trade. So as this moves, you'll see some of the major pairs start to move dramatically as well, like AU especially, UJ, EU, GU. Essentially the US dollar drives the market. So it's good to kind of see what's going on. All right, so we're starting off on the daily time frame. I'm going to do this for every pair. I'm going to start on the daily, go to the 4 hour and 1 hour potentially. And this is just like a top-down analysis approach. I just want to get an overview and work our way down and focus on more current price action with everything on the higher time frame in mind. So again, we're on the daily time frame. We saw that we were very bullish for a while. We changed our trend here once its higher lows were broken. Price action dropped, started to consolidate, and then it looked like it was trying to make a move here. So we can drop down to the 4 hour, get a closer look at this price action right here. All right, so we had all this consolidation here after the monthly was hit, just in this lower area near the trend line. Price action went for a break, but it didn't confirm it. We wanted to see a higher low. It didn't have it. It didn't form a higher low at all. It actually fell right back below 94 flat, this zone entirely, and then started testing the zone as resistance again. And it actually held very strongly this time. We got a nice rejection from this zone, double top, price action dropped, and started breaking some lower time from higher lows, and then this higher low right here as well. Okay, so we're bearish as hell now, and this thing is just trucking. It's just dropping. So let's go ahead and label some things here. All right, so we're going to start taking a look at potential trade scenarios here, where DXY could be headed, what we need to see to kind of confirm that. Okay, 93 flat, nice level. Okay, so we just broke this. I'm going to drop to the 1 hour here and get a closer look at this recent drop. Okay, so we had to push to the downside. All right. So from here, we're looking bearish first, right? It's definitely looking short. What we need to see essentially is a pullback, right? We want to test this zone, and we can enter on a confirm lower high and target lower. So this is essentially what we want to see. Let's go back to the 4 hours, see if this target makes sense. We'd find ourselves at this lower trend line. I think this is very, very possible. Again, it just depends on, if we get a nice entry opportunity. So like momentum could just keep pushing this, where we don't get the entry opportunity, or it pulls back, rejects, and then we'll start shorting the dollar and other pairs with the dollar. All right, so that's DXY. Definitely bearish as hell. So it looks like a nice little head and shoulders that had formed before this drop. So yeah, I mean, we're definitely bearish. For us to change our sentiment here, we need to break back into this pattern with a higher low of this trend line at the very least. Then we could maybe consider changing our bias to bullish instead of bearish. But for now, definitely bearish. All right, and yeah, this thing just been tanking. So let's move on to our first pair, AU. All right, this is actually in a really nice area. So let's start on the daily first. Okay, we were very bearish for a while, we were bearish once we broke this monthly zone, started getting all this rejection acting as resistance. We got a huge drop. Here's Corona. We got a massive pullback right into that monthly zone again. Nothing was broken yet at that point right here. But then we got a nice little pattern. Then price action finally broke, gave us this nice ascending channel, and we confirmed the change of trend on the weekly. So these are weekly lower highs in here. Once those were broken, we were then bullish on the weekly. All right, so with that in mind, let's drop down to the 4 hour and get a closer look at this set of price action here. Okay, here's that ascending channel after the break, forming all these higher lows, daily higher lows. Here was the last one. It was broken, so now the daily time frame sentiment is bearish. Weekly bullish, daily bearish, and then 4 hour bearish as well, because 4 hour higher lows, that was broken. So it's looking bearish at this point, but it is right near a very significant support level, this monthly zone right here. So how it reacts here is going to be pretty interesting, whether it's going to just continue to consolidate or we'll get some sort of breakout. But let's zoom in a little bit more here. We're going to drop to the 1 hour in a second. Let's go right to the 1 hour. All right, here's that 4 hour break. All right, so what happened was it broke right through the 4 hour, broke those higher lows that we just talked about in the higher time frame, gave us this little flag pattern, and then rejected. This is also a fib level from this measurement from here to here. This is a fib level and also a flag. So it's just a continuation across the board. Dropped, gave us a nice little entry here, MA cross, nice bearish variation. That would have been a nice little short down towards the 0% level, damn close to 0.7, just 20 pips off 0.7, which was a major monthly level and psychological level. This is our target right near this negative 27. Is right here really going to determine everything for us. So either this is going to happen. We're looking for some sort of just short opportunity, like any sort of lower high below this 1 hour is what we're looking to enter on. We're going to target lower like this. Come on, there we go. All right. So let's say this is this high right here. It's forming, right? Let's see this come back maybe. Just some sort of closure through the MAs, maybe a lower high right below those MAs on that cross. We're taking that short. 10 out of 10 times we're taking this trade. So let me just highlight this and show you what it could look like. We're entering on that. Right, your stop loss could be well protected by these two zones, 25 pips. And we're looking to get down towards about 75. So 3 to 1, great trade. 25 to get 75. Not a bad trade at all. All right, so that's what, excuse me, wow. So this is the scenario that we're looking at first. Definitely favoring this, short opportunity. But, we want to be aware of all potential scenarios. So if we get a higher low back above this 4 hour, I'll reanalyze and maybe consider some long opportunities. It depends on the confirmation and how it sets up. But yeah, until we get a break of this 4 hour, we're looking for this opportunity, this bearish opportunity to play out. All right, so that's AU. And I want to put this out in analysis too, guys. It's going to be included in here, just like all these others. All right, so that's AU. Let's move on to AJ, which is going to look very similar to AU. They just do very, very correlated. So let's jump to the daily to start. We're actually still bearish here, very, very bearish. This monthly zone is acting as key resistance. So I'm sorry, we're bearish on the daily time frame, but on the weekly we're still bullish because, right, weekly lower high here. We had a break out of this descending channel, got a higher low, confirmed it, and then rallied. So weekly is bullish still as long as this zone at 74 flat holds. Then we had an attempted break of this monthly zone. It didn't have the conviction. It pulled back through and broke a daily higher low. So the daily is bearish. Let's zoom in now on a lower time frame. So this is that higher low I was talking about. So price action broke through that, changing the daily trend to bearish. Okay. All right. So once it broke this daily zone, it came back and tested our weekly break. Nice double bottom. pulled back, started ranging, tapped this weekly, and then reversed. Nice MA cross, tons of bearish setups, and it just blew through the bottom end of this range here. So that was a 4-hour zone. So now that's bearish as well. So we also had a break of a 1-hour zone. So weekly is bullish, everything else is bearish. Daily, 4-hour, 1-hour bearish. So let's drop down again to the 1-hour. Get a closer look. Okay, so this was that recent 4-hour break, right? And then we had a bit of a flag forming, like we just saw in AU. So we had a huge push to the downside, that huge drop. Then we formed a flag, hit a fib level, and then rejected. That's essentially what this is right here. It's like a flag, hit a double top, rejected, pushed lower, broke that 1-hour zone. Oh, wow, excuse me. All right, so then broke that 1-hour zone, shot to a new low, and then, rejected. So it gave us this double top. We pulled back through the MAs twice. Now we just crossed back through the MAs, heading lower. So there could have been a good opportunity in here. I really wanted to see this. I was really waiting for a monthly touch and then a short. But yeah, at this point, it's kind of late because we've already formed a double top. It's already at a low. We're not going to take a short now. Our stop loss, it just wouldn't make sense. So this could still be valid if it pulls back, right? If it pulls back and rejects off the 1-hour, look for an entry on a bearish setup from that. But as of right now, we got to probably just wait for this to play out a little more, reanalyze and see where we can go from there. But if we want to look at bullish opportunities, wait for a break of the 4-hour with a higher low, and then reanalyze and start looking for longs. Okay, so it's AJ. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the 4-hour for a second. Yeah, this area is pretty damn big. So how it reacts to this weekly is gonna really determine a lot. But it does look weak. All these double bottoms, all these double tops. You don't want to see choppiness. You want to see a little bit of consolidation, but then we really need to see this thing pick up again to better determine where it's going to go. But yeah, looking to get to that weekly to start. I'm going to go back to the daily for a second too, because I want to see if this weekly does break, how far could it drop? Yeah, it could drop probably to 92.5, quite a bit, probably 150 pips, somewhere like that. Yeah. All right, so we'll reanalyze. We'll see. Waiting on AJ. Still pretty far away from an entry. All right, so let's move on to UJ. Daily time frame to start. This thing has just been super bearish on pretty much all time frames. Very, very bearish. Giant descending triangle here. Key support you guys should be aware of is 104.5. We keep getting all these lower highs into that zone. So price action is getting squeezed. It's getting squeezed. Price action is getting more narrow. Could be building up momentum for a pretty significant move. So daily time frame is bearish. That's what you guys need to know. Let's drop to the 4-hour. So again, just further building confidence in that bearish bias. We broke our weekly support over here, started testing it as resistance, and further forming lower highs after that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, just squeezing. We had a nice little break of this higher low here. Went bearish on this 4-hour time frame. Price action dropped to 104.5, pulled back, rejected the 88.6 fib level, and also broken structure over here on the left. And then it's also giving us this super slow and ugly head and shoulders pattern. Like I call them advanced head and shoulders because it has like I call it stacked shoulders. Like look how many highs there are on the left shoulder, where it's not just the up down head, up down up in the dump. Where this is up down up down up down up down. That's the shoulder, then the neckline, then the head, then the right shoulder a few more times. So it's just an advanced one. So however you guys want to look at it, it's a reversal pattern. We're getting our last push of a high, last attempt to break something. It didn't happen. Came back, tested the neckline, comes back up on the right shoulder, gives us a lower high, and then some, bearish setups. That's a reversal pattern. Any way you cut it, whether you know it by head and shoulders or not, if you know price action and you're just following it, this shows a weakening of trend and a reversal, in fact. So on this last lower high, it was a 200 EMA. We got massive rejection, crossed through the MAs. There could have been an entry here, technically. I've entered on right shoulders before. You guys can do it. It is a little risky, but you just want to make sure that everything lines up and you're not, twisting your rules to force this trade or whatever. So there was a nice trade here on UJ. We were talking about this all last night. And yeah, it broke. So it finally broke the 4-hour, guys. So opportunity for a short would be on a pullback. And then we're targeting lower. Any sort of lower high, pretty much in this current area and to the 4-hour, we're looking to enter on. Enter on that lower high, target lower down towards 0% to start. Ooh, excuse me. And then, oh, I'm so tired today. I got some like yawning like crazy. But anyway, so this is our first target, the 0%, right at 104 flat. Nice psychological level as well. But more importantly, if this is the beginning of this giant break here of this 104.5 handle, this descending triangle, we could be looking to make a longer term play down to this monthly zone. So we're breaking into a new zone. We're looking to fill this zone, 300 pips to be had in that lower zone. So there'll be more opportunities if 104.5 breaks, guys, significantly and actually breaks this time. So we'll see. We will see. Ah, Jesus. We're definitely looking short, though. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to reset this stupid chart again. Oops. One second here. And then we're going to, so that was UJ. Now we're going to cover EJ and then finally gold. Well, let's go back to UJ for a second, actually. All right. So yeah, we're looking for short opportunities only, guys. That's kind of just where we're at right now. So if we want to see long opportunities, we would need to see a break of 106. We're nowhere near that. So, until a break of 106 happens, we're looking at shorts only. And this thing is just picking up momentum and it's just freaking steamrolling here. What are we up already? This is from this right shoulder. 90 pips already. Crazy. Good movement happened overnight. So unless you're on the night shift, probably missed it, unfortunately. But that's all right. Let's move on to EJ. There's always more trades to be made, guys. Always another trade. So let's go on, take a look at UJ here, or EJ rather. Zoom out, get an overall look at the trend. We know we were very bearish for a while. Very nice, clear bearish channel. Okay. Until we got a break of that lower high and the channel itself. With this push, very strong push, came back down, gave us a higher low, confirmed the break, and then rallied into the next significant zone, which was our monthly around 126.5, where we got a nice slow reversal. 3 tops, lower high, price action dropped, shot down to the 61.8, and then pulled back. So at this point, we can drop down time frames, get a closer look at what's going on the 4-hour. But before we do that, we are bullish on the weekly, bearish on the daily, bullish on the 4-hour. This is a little bit of indecision. Not quite sure where we're going yet, but we're going to drop down and get a nice look. All right. So here is that 4-hour break. Higher lows in here. Some highs in here. So this is more or less a range, guys. This is just looking like a nice range. However, this structure zone, for some reason, is actually up here. It's just getting tested. It's like more of the 125 handle. This whole zone in here, see, it's an overlap. So this is a pretty dramatic example because I saw this is structure and price action would push above it and then pull back. So this is going to be more like this. It's going to be more of an overlap, probably something like this. Okay, because this is just a test. What's happening right now, this is just a test. This wasn't a break of anything really. So we could do that. I'm going to move the daily up a little bit. See if this makes sense. 124.75 makes sense to me. All right, so sometimes you got to do stuff like that. Okay, so this is just an area. We got a nice little double top. So from here, we're looking long. We're definitely looking long here because if this breaks this daily, that's what we want to see. A nice higher low above that. And we could take a nice trade on a break and retest of that daily zone. And then we'll be looking to play it into the monthly up here. So this could be a nice little trade. Same is true for the downside. We want to see a break of this 4-hour because as this consolidation remains, we have 2 bottoms, 2 tops. This is just a range. I mean, you could play the range if you want to, live on the edge, experience those risky trades. But I mean, I don't normally recommend it. So wait for the market to start trending and then enter on that, either a higher low or lower high on EJ here. So yeah, we'll see. We got to wait on this one. This is a crazy range. Good range here. I mean, what, 160 pips? So that's no small range at all. But we'll see how it plays out. Maybe we'll get a higher low here. Maybe some entry opportunities soon. Okay, that's EJ. I'm going to wrap it up with gold and then pass it off to Angelo. Daily time frame on gold first. Bullish as hell, guys. And just the most bullish ever. And then we got this giant descending triangle. So let's go to the 4 hour immediately. Okay, so here's that triangle I was talking about. Key support was right here at 1930. Also, all the 4 hour higher lows were right in there. So when that zone broke, I'm sorry, daily higher lows. So when that zone broke, it went bearish on the daily. Okay, so weekly's bullish, daily's bearish, 4 hours bullish now as well. So we shot lower to establish our low right at 61.8. Gave us a double bottom and then pulled back to test daily structure. So after that, we've kind of just been ranging. It's just been choppy as hell, stuck between these two zones and doesn't really know where it's going. It is kind of making a break to the upside now, but again, still within this range. So just like we talked about on EJ, you want to wait for a break to the upside or downside. Look for a higher low above the daily, look for a lower high before the 4 hour. I personally think it's going to continue to rise, considering that gold's been on a rally for quite a while now. Despite everything that's been going on. Excuse me. It is considered a safe haven commodity. A safe haven commodity, so it has a lot of interest. So it is going to appreciate over the long term. It just, is that going to happen sooner or later? Will we see a rally now, or will it take some time to play out? But either way, either scenario, we're ready for it, guys. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that this is a daily zone versus this is a 4 hour zone. So it's going to take, you would think, a little bit more momentum, a more significant move to break back above this daily and then continue higher. Okay. So, I mean, if that happens, I'm just saying that it could be a really nice trade if you enter on the right setups and then target higher. And if you go to the daily, you can choose targets based on this. All these prior lower highs are targets in here, all these highs, even this higher high up here. So those are our targets, guys. We'll be looking to make a nice trade into one of those levels. All right, so that's all the analysis I've prepared for you guys. Quick recap: DXY, which is dumping right now; AU, AJ, UJ, which is dumping as well; EJ, and gold. All right, so that's it. That's all I've got for you guys. Dude, I can't believe this trade right now.
Yeah, Nick, I still need like a few minutes. So I had
Yeah.
forgot my contacts. So just
No
go over
problem,
one more pair.
guys. No problem. So I want you guys to just do me a favor. All right, did you? Hold on one second. All right, so drop in chat. Tell me where you guys are tuning in from, and give me one pair that you guys are looking at this week with your sentiment. Just so I'm gonna
just do a little bonus. Do a little bonus pair.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do this, your best pair this week. So I'm gonna say UJ. All right, so where you're from. So I'm gonna say just like this. Little bonus. So just like that, where you're from, what pair you're looking at, and your sentiment. So I'm American, looking at UJ, and it's bearish as hell. Yeah, there's some good trades this week. I mean, we had like some early week movement, and then like it just froze, and then now it's moving again.
Yeah, also make sure you guys drop in the chat for the giveaway. Just put your Discord name. Yeah, put your Discord name in there so that we can go back. We're going to announce the winner more at the end of the week this week, so just make sure you guys do that.
Look at this thing. This is a nice little short here, too. This is a really nice short. What did I mark this up with? Why do I? Anyway, just found a beautiful Yusuf short here. Yeah, mark this up. This was, I think I was making one of the real videos. Yeah, I had to have been making a real video on a breakdown. Damn, Yusuf, guys. Yusuf. Good trade. And did Sif looking bearish.
Yeah, we were looking at NZSIF last night. Maybe you could pull that one up.
Yeah, on Psycho. I just got a message from this guy. The sessions are recorded. All right, so all these sessions are recorded and they're put on YouTube, so you can always refer back to them. Always. That's kind of the point. So everyone can refer it, can learn from it. Where's NZSIF? I don't even know if I have this analyzed. Jesus. Although I know it's at a nice level now, 0.6. Nice little drop. Nice little drop. Hold on a second. I just want to see. This is a channel. This thing is just dropping like crazy. All right, so guys, I didn't do a full analysis on this, so I'm kind of just drawing some lines here. I just want to see structure on this time frame. But yeah, I didn't do a full top-down analysis. I wouldn't take a trade based on this analysis. I just want to see how it's moving in this trend here. So it's coming back up for a retest, guys. So there could be an opportunity on NZSIF to look short here. Definitely could be looking short. But yeah, I didn't do a top-down on this, so I can't properly give you guys an analysis without doing it. Did you ever mark up NZSIF, Angela? No.
Yeah, no, I have it marked up, actually. Here we go. I'm about to join this session. Just give me a minute.
Definitely looks short though. Gonna read some more comment. Check the 1 hour. Okay.
Yeah, Brian said nice flag.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here it is. I want to fib this tip. Dude, I don't get why I'm yawning so much today. This coffee isn't as strong as it used to be. They don't make it like they used to. I need some Folgers or something. This Keurig stuff ain't cutting it. All right. That is a steep ass flag. I want to draw it in first. All right, guys. So bear with me here. This is not the cleanest. Again, I just jumped into an analysis here, so it's not.
Again, make sure you guys put in the Discord chat your Discord name so we can get you guys entered in the giveaway.
Yeah, so we got a nice little flag here, guys. Price action's pulling back currently at the 38.2. You could see rejection here. Could see a nice wick form. We still got 30 minutes, 25 minutes on this. So could pull back to the 50%. Anywhere from now to the 50, it could reverse. Yeah, this could be a nice little trade opportunity. And ZIF, I do like how much momentum that had. I need a mouse. I need to get a mouse. This thing is just can't do it anymore. All this scrolling. All right, so yeah, this could be a nice little pullback, enter on a lower high, guys. So from here, as you want to see price action push up on the 1 hour, and then we're looking to enter on an MA cross, bearish engulfing, evening star, something that's going to give us confidence that this is going to continue lower. We need to see a positive rejection and then conviction to the downside to enter. So yeah,
I'm good to go.
All right, cool. I'm gonna pass it
Good
off.
to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and share up. Thank you guys for waiting. Normally we're very quick in getting through these analyses, but today I had a little bit of an issue. I only had one contact lens in today and I had to get another one. And I figured that would be very unproductive looking at the charts blind, so it just had to be done. All right,
Yep.
so I'm gonna go to Euro USD. We're gonna look at all the major pairs. We're gonna start here. Last night we were on a call. We were looking at some Euro USD kind of high risk long opportunity that we took. It ended up playing out pretty well. Let's just go from the daily time frame down. And again, guys, this session is either to show you guys potential opportunities for today or just to review any trades that we took from the previous day or this week. So as you can see, we had this trade in yesterday on this weekly time frame. We're overall very bullish. We've been staying above these moving averages here. So this pair has more buyers than sellers really at the moment. I'm not looking for it to supersede this resistance level. You know, obviously we found a lot of sellers at this level, but we did see that a lot of buyers were stepping in. So I went down to the daily time frame. As I went down to the daily, I noticed we had this previous daily high. This is what really needs to break for this thing to head a lot higher. This is a serious resistance level. Um, as I was working down now to the 4 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame, or actually let's stick on the daily for now. Daily time frame, I had this trend line drawn, point A, point B, our point C was connected and it was respected right there with that morning star. And then last night we were pretty much right at this resistance level. And as I started to work down and look at this level, I noticed we had this 4 hour bullish engulfing right here. So we had this minor pullback and then it just engulfed. And then as we worked down to the lower time frame, 30-minute time frame, we had a very nice entry on this, just very simple, little pullback, moving average cross right here, and even another bullish engulfing following that. So it pushed through the moving averages, pulled back, and then it showed a bullish engulfing. So it was a nice entry. And all we were targeting was that previous high, so that resistance level. So I was really just looking for it to come, considering there was still so many buyers, I was still looking for it to come into that level because that was the next level of liquidity, level of volume for the sellers to potentially reverse this thing. So this was a trade last night that we had on EU. I'm going to take this off. At this point now, let's just bump back up time frames and let's look at where we are. So on this daily, again, we're testing this previous high point right now. Look previously how this area filled with sellers. So I'm not exactly thrilled to buy anything at the moment on this as I work down time frames to the 4 hour. If anything right now, this thing is very overextended. This is that demand zone. This is where we're going to look for sells. So this is where I'm going to start to look for potential reversals. This is where I'm going to look for that high to form. So EU, I'm looking for this thing to go bearish right here. I'm looking for it to reject this level. And really our only confirmation at the moment is just this supply zone. So we're going to need to see a little bit more confirmation. We're going to need to see price action, moving averages start to cross. You know, we're going to have to be patient. So this is something that at this point, we're going to move down the watch list. Let's go over now to NU. This was a trade that I was watching last night simultaneously to EU. I was looking to see how it was going to react. As I was longing EU, I was waiting for NU to potentially find resistance and go to the downside. So at this point, let's just do a fresh analysis. Weekly time frame on NU. Overall, very bearish. You know, hit these highs multiple times and rejected. And now we're finding some buyers again. You know, we know what our levels are. So down to the daily time frame. This is a daily level right here. So I'm just going to mark this up. Boom. We have this. This is a daily level right here. Daily broke support here, came back, retested this 2 times. This is the level that needs to break all the way down to the 4 hour time frame. We're retesting this high right here. So we had this lower low, this lower high, this lower low. Now we're pulling all the way back up. We just broke this trend line that I have drawn. I'm just going to actually adjust this a little bit. So it's going to go from wick, point A, point B. This is our point C. So this is what I'm looking for NU. And this will line up with EU. I'm looking for some confluence at this level. So we've got our daily resistance, we've got our trend line, and then we're just very overextended on this push to the upside. So I am looking for rejection here. Let's just look at the 200 day. Look at the 200 day, guys. We've respected this 1, 2, 3 times, multiple times here. So I'm looking for that thing to be respected again. And until we break above this, we're really not concerned with taking any sorts of long opportunities on NU. So this is what we're looking at for today. Looking to reject this and head lower. Let's go now to USEF and let's put this to red. Move this down the list because we're still in the higher time frames with that. USEF. So USEF last night, we were breaking this down and I noticed, let's go up to the daily, let's go up to the weekly. So every single time frame on USEF, extremely bearish, guys. So we had coming into this week, two bearish candles, no wicks or no wick to the downside, pulled back, rejected the moving averages. And then this week is just heading lower and lower. As we break this down to the daily time frame, overall very bearish, but we needed to break this low right here, the support level, which this week is what we're seeing right now. As I come to the 1 hour, all bearish all the way down to the 30-minute. This is what we were looking at last night, pretty much. We had this pennant forming at the bottom of this push, then we pushed lower. This was really the entry right here, stops above this level, and then this thing is heading lower and lower now. So USEF is just at a low point now. We can take off, or I'll leave the pennant on for right now. But basically, what I'm looking at for USEF at the moment, looking at this 4 hour time frame, the only logical thing to do, because there's no consolidation, is to wait for some sort of pullback. We have to be mindful. This thing is at a low. This thing is at a low point that it hasn't broken since 2015. So these levels have been respected. Ultimately, what I'm going to do now, since we're really in no man's land, is I'm just going to line off this level. This is support right here. So pretty much what I'm looking at is it's likely that this level will be tapped and then we will pull back to our resistance level. So NU, we're looking for it to continue a little bit lower. And then we are looking, or USEF, and then we're looking for these buyers to step in. So I'm looking for USD to really be bullish, to really get strong today, either today or at some point. So this is the 4 hour. So I'm going to push this up, move this down. Let's go now to UCAD. So let's look at the weekly time frame. So weekly time frame on UCAD, let's clear this up a little bit. Boom. So weekly time frame going into this week, we had this spinning top candle at this 200-day moving average. Those were kind of two confirmations that this thing could have reversed on us. But as we can see, the moving averages are just bearish all the way. Didn't get any sort of movement on this, and they're pointing down. They're pointing down. So with that in mind, go down to the daily. We can just comfortably say we're bearish. Daily time frame is forming bearish structure. We would label this a lower low, lower high points, lower low, lower high point. Now we're just within this leg right here. So if we were to fib this, we would fib from here to here. We rejected 618, we pulled back, rejected 38.2, because as we always tell you guys, we're not going to just shoot from 618 to negative 27. That's inevitably our targets. We're gonna trend. We're gonna go 618, 38.2, 0%, maybe a little pullback or just fall right through. So it's forming good structure. It's forming, as it should. Down to the 4 hour time frame right now, guys. So 4 hour time frame overall, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, is bearish, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Now look where we're at. We're just retesting this low right now, and we just got a bullish engulfing. If we could break that down to the 30-minute, as we could see, have this pullback, starting to break very lower time from structure. Yesterday, we had this analyzed, and we were saying that we were waiting to enter on a pullback. So we were waiting to enter at this level, which is 618, this resistance, support, turn resistance. This is where we're looking to pull back to. right here because there's a lot of confluence there. Now today it's a little bit different. We actually have an opportunity to enter at this level right here. So we have an opportunity to enter at this level, but keep in mind, every other pair we've outlined, we've been talking about finding support, bullish structure. This goes against that. This analysis, we're looking for this to continue, which is completely okay. How I'll utilize this and how I interpret this is if we don't get that bullish support, if USD, if DXY does not push up, continues to fall lower, this is a nice analysis that is on the other side of that argument that provides us an opportunity to enter to the downside. So when would I answer on this? I would simply look for a push through these moving averages. As we could see, it tried to, rejected them. That's when I would look to enter on this right now. But again, you don't want to get too like aggressive here. Look previously, it was kind of the same thing. We were all the way at this low point, and then we started to find like reversal. Like, let me go up to the 1 hour. Let me go up to the 1 hour time frame. So this level was established, and then it was broken up here, pulled back, started to get buys. Now we're getting similar. We're starting to establish a level here. We do need to push lower for it to really become like similar to this, but if this thing pushes lower, this is the level that will be established, and then we'll use that as structure. So we can use that for our stops and everything. So UCAT isn't there yet, but we need to keep this one on. We're going to keep this one on a lower time frame. So we're going to keep this one shaded like this, and then we'll come back to this later today. Let's go over now to GU. So GU last night, we were actually talking about buys on GU. So let's break this down. So from the weekly time frame with GU, we overall had been very bearish. We respected this weekly level 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So very bearish. And then, we got to focus in on this area. So in this area, this 200 day, we were fighting above there. We opened the week very bullish. All moving averages were pointing up. Down to the daily, very bullish, forming this high, pulled back, made this higher low. If we were to fib the daily, we would see that we hit this 61.8 to a T, came up. Now we're pulling back, hit 50%. So it's just trending. It's trending bullish. Moving averages are crossed. So obviously it's very bullish. And then this is what I posted, I believe, in the premium analysis yesterday. And what we were waiting on was these were one of two scenarios. This is scenario number 1. This is scenario number 2. No shorts until we were below here. All buys above this level. And pretty much, hold on 1 second. We got somebody hacking the system. Turning on their mic. What the fuck's good with that? So no, pretty much. 1 second. Here. Let's see. All right, cool. Dope. The power of Zoom. All right, so on the 4 hour, guys, we were looking, this thing is bullish all the way, made this high, higher lows, high, and then we're making higher lows here. This trend line was bearish. We were seeing these lower highs form. So this was just being squeezed in this area. We wouldn't enter shorts unless this trend triangle was broken. But at the same time, we were above this 200 day. We were pulling back here, and we started to get the moving averages were blue over red. So there was a lot of confirmation here to buy, even all the way down to the 1 hour time frame. We were pretty much just waiting for this 200 day to cross back above to break this resistance level, just to be conservative on this. As you can see, it shot up, pulled back, rejected the 200 day, and then just went bullish as fuck. So GU was buys all the way. Now at this point, we need to obviously shift around what we're looking at. So we're going to take all of this off. And we're going to see we're right near the 0% level. I'm just going to adjust this fib a little bit. What are we targeting now? We're targeting these highs, negative 27. We're targeting negative 618. We bump back up to the weekly. Really, we're targeting this weekly high. This weekly high is where we're looking to get to if this thing does continue bullish. But this thing loves to push and then pull back. So let's just go down to the 4 hour time frame right now. We're kind of in no man's land. So there's nothing with GU at the moment. I'm more looking at EU. This thing is just really making a new high right now. It could easily pull all the way back here, which is completely okay. But this is bullish, and we'll wait until we get to some sort of resistance level. Right now, again, we're kind of just in no man's land. I could look left and just pull resistance levels, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to be patient and wait on that. So we'll see. It's either going to continue up into this weekly level again, or it's going to pull back right now. It's going to pull back right now, but there's no solid resistance. If we start to wick here and we fight this resistance level and we don't close above here, this is what it's testing at the moment. If we respect this level, we'll look for shorts off of this level. This will be a nice double top area. Like this will be the resistance we need to have our first confirmation, and then we'll look to look for the pullback. But if it just closes above here and closes another candle above, then I'll start to look for buys. So that's GU. Let's go over now to GJ, the pair of all pairs. So we've got GJ up on the weekly time frame. So GJ moves very similar to GU. So GU was ascending, so was GJ. We had this trend line, very bearish, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches of the trend line. So we know that this is a fact here. This is the rule of life. This is law, this trend line at the moment. As we come down to the daily, looks a little bit different. Made this high, pulled back, made this higher low. So we are bullish above this 200-day, above these moving averages. And then we just got to line up the lower time frames with these two. So 4-hour bullish, moved above the moving averages. Moving averages were blue over red right there. So obviously, a lot of bullish sentiment there, a lot of reasons to be bullish at the moment. And then working down to the 30-minute. So 30-minute, let's go back up to the 4-hour. So 4-hour is testing this level. So this level has been tested 1, 2, 3. 3 times it's failed to break this area. I'm going to move this down a little bit. So 3 times it's failed to break this area. So we've got to get above this area. So once price closes above here, guys, what we're going to look for is flags, pennants, any sort of consolidation above this level. And look, on the lower time frame is what I'm talking about. We start to break above this level and start to consolidate here, then we're going to look for buys. If we break above this level and previously we start to wick like crazy, then we can look for potential reversals, potential to the downside on this. So GJ looks long all the way right now, even on the 1-hour, broke above this 200-day, 4-hour, broke above this 200-day. So we're going to see. I don't like the wicks. To be honest. This thing looks very choppy. So we might have to wait a little bit. But overall, we are bullish on this. It just comes down to if this level is broken, look for the retest, enter. If this level is respected, then this thing is going to continue to pull back. So that is all the pairs that we have for you guys today. I went over UCAD, GU, NU, EU, USEF, and GJ. My bad about the pause in the middle. Just make sure you guys put your name in the chat for the giveaway. We're going to get this video posted afterwards. And like we said, we have to talk about a little deal that we have going on right now. We have our full course package. Right now it's 40% off. Everything is included that is listed in this video. The full course, signals, one-on-ones, and just admittance into our community. So if you guys are interested, now is the time to get involved. Just shoot us a message after this. We can give you guys more information on the entire course, how it's broken down. And it is for beginners. If you guys are beginners and you know nothing, then it could be good to get in on this now, because it's good to get started. So that's our live session for today, October 21st. We'll be back again tomorrow at the same time, 8 a.m. EST. It'll be the last live session of the week. Today we'll update in this premium analysis tab for the members, like all the analysis we went over today, and then the signals we'll post in the signals chat, and we'll talk to you guys inside of the Discord community.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow, same time.
Hell yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Peace, guys.